Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and officially Happy New Year. Happy 2017. Today's video is going to be a topic that I have been bombarded with messages and emails about. So I couldn't think of any other topic. I did ask you guys what you wanted to see, but this topic totally overtook everything. So today's video is all about how to get back on track after the holidays. And if you're interested in seeing this video, then please just keep on watching. Okay guys, so according to the messages I'm getting, a lot of you derailed. Totally okay, we are human. I'm not playing the blame game and there's no judgment in this channel, in my group, anywhere. Things happen, it's part of life. What we do is though, we try to learn from things, and when we do learn from them, we can move forward. And sometimes we get stuck, and a lot of you seem to be in that spot. So I had to make this video. So I don't know at what point, if you have derailed, you did, but I know from looking around and talking to people, it usually starts around Halloween with the candy. If you live in America, we celebrate Halloween. It's the end of October. And then in November, we celebrate Thanksgiving. And in December, we celebrate all kinds of holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, everything under the sun. And most of the American customs and traditions always revolve around food, parties, friends, family. And it's kind of difficult if you are a food addict to stay away from food in that sense, because we need food to live. I've said this in the past, if you are an addict of mostly anything else, you know, alcohol, drugs, what have you, you can have a program to eliminate those things from your life. Unfortunately though, when you're a food addict, you can't eliminate food from your life. So we have to learn ways to be productive and to be successful when we choose to lose weight or get healthy. So let's start with ketogenic diet. In case you're unfamiliar, ketogenic diet, even though the word diet is often used synergistically with keto, it is not a diet. It was not created to be a diet. Basically, in a nutshell, keto was developed for patients with seizures. It was a way to minimize or eliminate seizure activity. While this was going on, researchers discovered that there was a big instance in fat loss. And they also discovered that eating in our keto lifestyle promotes the switcheroo of burning glucose for energy into our body burning fat. So the whole premise of keto, if you're trying to lose weight, is to lose fat. So technically, you are no longer a glucose burner, you're a fat burner. And it's amazing how our bodies can do both of those things. It just depends on what you eat. Okay. We all know that carbohydrates, when eaten or in excess, tend to promote less weight loss unless you're really active and you're really watching what kind of carbohydrates you're taking in and you're burning them off. If you eat a lot of carbohydrates and you're not exercising and burning them off, that is where the weight gain comes to play. Fortunately, for keto people, we are burning our fat. So what that means is you can eat and do a little bit less exercise early on and still have losses. But remember, the losses don't always show on the scale. Most of the time, early on, you'll get some water weight loss, but then you'll notice some inches going away. So while that is happening, it's exciting and thrilling, and it's very easy to stay on track for a while, but then some people complain. It gets monotonous, it's difficult, it's expensive. But I gotta tell you guys, it's not expensive and it's not difficult, and I'm gonna tell you why. Expensive because you are investing in your health and you are eliminating the processed junk. In the long run, it's gonna cost you a heck of a lot more money to sustain your health on an everyday American gross processed food diet. If you stick to whole foods and follow a plan to good health, such as keto, it will be less expensive in the long run. And while you're on it, it's also easy to find food items and find choices that aren't so expensive. Okay, that's a whole other video. I think I made one similar, but let's move forward. Okay, so we know on keto we're burning our fat. A lot of you that I see in the group that I have, Keeping It Keto with Feliciannurse, it's on Facebook, it's free, come join. A lot of people on there though, I have been noticing as the months have been going by, a lot of you guys feel the need to eat fat in excess. Butter on everything, MCT oil, coconut oil, bulletproof coffees throughout the day or what have you. Let me start. I haven't even started and it's 6 minutes in. Let me just let you guys know, in order to lose the weight at a certain point, once you're adapted, you don't need to eat fat in excess. Here's why. When you switch from a carbohydrate lifestyle to keto lifestyle, I often say, don't worry about your calories, eat as much fat as you can, keep your carbs low, 20 or below. That's the golden ticket. Once you have adapted into becoming a fat burner and producing ketones, your goal is to burn the fat off of your body, not to keep it there and keep eating the extra fat. Scientifically, because I'm a nurse and I'm all about science, scientifically, guys, it makes no sense while you're adapted to keep eating excess fat. I didn't say high fat, I said excess, excessive. I see a lot of you having a bulletproof coffee for breakfast, then a breakfast, maybe something for lunch, maybe a bulletproof coffee later on, maybe not a bulletproof coffee, maybe you're just MCT oil or coconut oil, whatever. It's too much. And that can give you a stall on the scale. And that can promote a spiral downward. Thinking, what the hell's going on? Keto's not working. It is working, it's just you don't need all of that extra fat. The key to being successful on keto, especially around the holidays, is to keep your carb count low. Enjoy the butter on a vegetable or something, but you don't have to eat a stick of butter. You don't have to eat tablespoons of coconut oil to burn the body fat, because in essence, you're gonna burn the fat you're eating and you're gonna keep the body fat. I hope this makes sense. So how do we get past all of this, especially with the holidays and such? So here's what, I'm sorry about the hair, it needs to get done. Okay. After the holidays have passed and now it's January and you're like, what do I do now? I'm gonna recommend a bunch of things, but one is the most important. This to me is the most important. I have religiously done this. I recommend this. I tell my clients this, friends and everybody. You have to track. End of story. I want you to track your food, your meals, your macros, everything. If keto means a lot to you and you want to lose weight and get healthy and get off all your medication and have a healthy A1C if you're diabetic, if your blood pressure is through the roof and you want to bring it down and you're sick and tired of being tired, log everything. Even your water, even the amount of sleep you're getting. Buy yourself a planner. I did, which I'll show you in another video. We'll go over the planner. I like to write things down. I did not grow up with technology, so I love to write things down, even though I love my iPhone. To me, when I write down at the end of the day, I literally write a portion of how my day went. I literally write a portion of what kind of activity I got, what kind of food I ate, what kind of, I do wear the Fitbit Charge 2. I've been wearing this for several months now. I cannot live without it. I track everything. And then what I do is I reflect. I look back. What did I do that week that I lost 2 pounds? What didn't I do the week I didn't lose any weight? It helps. It's a visual. Anything that you can do visually for yourself, it will keep you accountable. At the end of the day, when I write in my planner or my journal or whatever, I have to be honest with myself. And it's interesting because I will go back and look at days and I'm like, damn, no wonder I didn't do well that week. I didn't get enough steps. I wasn't drinking my water. Maybe I had too much fat that week. So it's good to track everything. Even if you go way off, track it. Be accountable, write it down, look at it, learn it, study it, get to know yourself. You know, you might have had a bad day and then it made you go off track. You might have been at too many parties and there was too much food and temptation, and maybe you had a weak moment. It's okay, but you have to get to learn to know yourself. That's like my best tip. I mean, if you don't know yourself and your weaknesses and your strengths, it's really hard to move forward in this journey, because I'm so convinced, and have been for a long time, that the mind and body are connected. And when your mind and your body can match and meld, you're good. Okay. So get yourself something and write your day down, even if it's like 2 sentences about your day. Track everything. For females, track your cycle along with how you're eating. I noticed the week before, I'm like a disaster. I want to eat everything. And even though I'm adapted and really haven't had anything, in way of heavy sugar and heavy carbs for, it's like over 2 years now, I still get that craving sometimes. And sometimes it's very difficult. So I've learned different parts of myself and when I'm weak and what I have to do to not be weak. All right. My next tip is, don't believe the hype. Don't think that keto is just, how some people say, oh, I lost 20 pounds in the first week or 50 pounds in 2 months. That's great. Everybody's different. I am a turtle. You guys see me using my little turtle icon everywhere, in the group, on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere. It's my mantra. I am a turtle. I literally could lose like 0.02 in a week. I could lose 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1 pound, 2 pound. It depends. And that's okay, because I'm consistent. And consistency is key. If the holidays are over, make up your mind and be consistent. Give yourself a year. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. It's not going to happen in 2 months. It's the person who's just consistent. And guys, it is a way of life. You're not going to do keto for a year and then go off it and not gain the weight back. Not going to happen. All those diet plans out there, MetaFast, Wonder Slim, all that crap, those little cardboard soy packaged foods that are horrendous for your thyroid. Soon as you go on them, you'll lose weight, because number one, your calories are way low, and number two, you're literally starving yourself. You're not getting the nutrition that they say you're supposed to get. Disclaimer, I don't work for any of those companies. I don't endorse them. I was on them. I took them. I did them. So I'm speaking from personal experience. As soon as you realize how expensive they are and how you can't live the rest of your life on it, you gain the weight back. Every single person, everybody that has been on those plans, gain the weight back at some point when they go off. So keto, like those plans, is a lifestyle. If you choose one day to be a carb burner, then you have to really watch yourself. Now, you guys know that I'm adapted, and what happens when you're adapted and you start diving into the fitness world, you notice sometimes, and again, everybody's unique and different, you do notice sometimes that your workout is not as productive because you don't have the carbohydrates for energy, and your body will use its fat for energy, but I'm one of those people that noticed a heavy fatigue set in right away. I noticed my strength was not where it was years ago when I was a carb burner. So I tweaked my plan, and I expected a stall or what have you. I incorporated, some low glycemic index fruit and vegetables. Blueberries, raspberries, a half of a sweet potato pre-workout. Things like that. Now, do they have extra carbs and natural sugar? Yeah. Can they boot someone out of ketosis? I guess so. Hasn't done it for me. Still in ketosis. Still enjoying my little bit of fruit and a little bit of sweet potato every now and then. But I did stall out for a while. Kind of, not stall, but kind of like this. Lose a little, gain a little, lose a little, gain a little, maybe a little muscle growth, maybe not. Oh, look, I lost. Like, that is me. I'm one of those Again, consistency is key. If you keep going, all those little will start to go like this. It'll start to go down and So, it's all choices. And the sun is slowly starting to set, and I'm sorry about the, let me see if I could, wow, that's pretty bad. Is that better? Okay, I'm gonna get a little closer. Hope I don't scare you off. So you have to be aware of that. If you choose that type of lifestyle for you, then that's great. But anyway, I'm so veering off topic, but it's so important. So after the holidays, you pigged out, you gained 10 pounds. Some of you have gained 20, I've read. It's totally okay, guys. Just go back to the basics, right? Start from square one. Forget about all the holiday stuff that passed and get back to your happy place where you were before the holidays. Track your food, write it down. Don't go overboard on the fat. Just have enough fat, right? Because you want to burn your body fat, not the fat you're eating. That was always such a big mistake of mine. It was. There was a point in time where I thought like I could just eat unlimited fat. I would come home maybe and have something very fatty, and then for dinner I was dumping butter on the vegetables, and it was the fatty meat, the fatty this, the fatty that. And it was like, what in the hell is going on? What is going on? So that's when I started tweaking my macros, and I believe that was last summer. I have a whole video on it. It did get a lot of thumbs down, which is fine, you know, but like I said, everybody's unique, and you have to find what works for you. For me, it was knocking some of my fat, dietary fat, out of my diet, upping my protein a little bit, and upping my carbs a little bit. That was the magic bullet. I've lost another 10 pounds, so it's working for me. Will it work for you? I don't know, but you have to learn about yourself and tweak things. There's nothing wrong with it. We're not drill sergeants. You know, early on my journey, I was very strict with a lot of things. No aspartame, no diet drinks, no this, no that. I'm still in that mindset. I still love stevia and I prefer it over anything else. However, will I have a diet Snapple on occasion? Yeah. Does it hurt me? No. I don't have a case of it, but maybe like once in a couple weeks, I'll enjoy a diet soda. Not a big deal. It's really not in my palate anymore, and I can do without it, but every now and then, you know, you want. I was recently away in Florida visiting my parents, and I indulged one night and had some Pinot Grigio. Didn't boot me out of keto. I just keep going, keep going. And I don't use things as excuses, and I'm not saying that the holidays are an excuse, but so how many of us have been there? I have. Oh, it's the holidays, I gotta eat, I'm gonna be with family, I can't say no. You know, or, you know, screw this. I've been doing this for so long. I want real food. I want the carbs. That's okay, but that's a mindset. If you strategically do it. Now this might get me some thumbs down, but I'm saying it. Strategically, if you have been on keto for such a long time and nothing you're doing is working, I will recommend a cheat day. I'm not gonna lie. But when I say cheat day, I don't mean Twinkies and pizza. I'm saying up your carb count to like 100. Have a full sweet potato. Have a half a cup of rice. Have, you know, some oatmeal. Restart yourself. Sometimes people need that. Some don't. Some don't believe in it. Some refuse it. I've used it on occasion. It always helps me jumpstart. When I get myself into a really long stall, I will literally have, here's a day in the life of Lori when I'm trying to break through a stall. Maybe a bowl of oatmeal and some blueberries. That would be my breakfast. A mid-morning snack, hard-boiled egg, and a cheese stick. That's keto. For lunch, maybe I will have a salad with some good lean protein like turkey or what have you, some grilled chicken, but on it I will put some beets, which are high in carbohydrates, or, you know, some kind of veggie that's a carb veggie. Maybe I will have some corn on the cob. Maybe I will have a baked potato. Maybe. but it does work. Then like a snack later on, maybe I will have a piece of fruit like an apple and a cheese stick again. Maybe for dinner I'll have, you know, I love my southern fried pork chops, which I have a video on that are outstanding, but instead of using the pork rinds as the crust, maybe I will use shake and bake or something like that. Upping my carbs just enough so that my body wants to throw itself out of ketosis. So then when I go back to eating the keto way, like a strict fundamental keto, that water weight and everything just goes whoosh, and I can start my body burning again. That is working for me. I'm not suggesting it for everybody, but it's a suggestion. And it's kind of like if you fell off track over the holidays, that is kind of your refeed or your cheat period of time. God, this lighting's horrible. Sorry. The sun is setting. I have a mirror over there and it's like woohoo, but it's on the wall and I can't move it. Hold on. Let me see if I could. Is that better? I'll hold the hat. I have a hat. Jess's hat. All right. How's that? A little better? Okay. So what I was saying was you have to do what's right for you. Don't let the holidays or any occasion. Coming up is my wedding anniversary. We're planning on going away for the weekend. Will I be tempted to indulge? Of course, but it's up here. I can still go away and have a fantastic time without going crazy. I don't need to have a holiday or an occasion. I'm putting this down. This is annoying. Hold on. I don't need a holiday or an occasion to ruin everything. It's a lifestyle. So I'll try to wrap things up by saying, if you failed yourself, your plan, your goals, everything, if you feel like a total failure, please don't, because we're all human and this is part of life and we're living life. Things happen. Just do everything you can to get back on track. Get yourself a journal or a planner and write things down. Be aware of your macros and what you're eating. Look to see what macros worked for you in the past. If 20 grams of carbs a day worked for you, start there. If you always felt sick and not well on 20 grams of carbs, I sometimes suggest people starting at 100 grams, going 100 grams for a week, then going like 75, 65, 60, 55. Just work your way down. You don't have to shock your body. Sometimes that can backfire, right? When all of a sudden you dive into something wholeheartedly, depending upon your personality and your medical history and whatnot, that can throw you in like the worst downward spiral. It's okay to take things slow. You don't have to do what I did. You can do so many different things and still have the same results. So I guess that's the talk I wanted to have with you guys today. And like I said, if the holidays are behind you now and you're having a hard time getting back on track, know that you're not alone. Know that there's a lot of people in the same situation, but you have to get yourself out of the funk and do what's right for you